But you see, I mentioned one Rotunda, and I didn't mention the other, the one who recently passed away, Bray Wyatt. Has not been announced, and it seemed like we were talking, weeks after his death, that it's a shoo-in for a Hall of Fame induction this year. Do you think that it would be a mistake if they didn't do it this year?
I think so. Because I feel like it's fresh on everyone's mind. I know that there's some people who debate whether or not he had a Hall of Fame career or not, and I feel like I think that's subjective. Like I think that the contributions that he made to professional wrestling go beyond what he did in the ring, because I know that people are saying like, oh, he didn't have like that many great matches, or like his title run was bad, or whatever they want to say, right? It's like, but I
That's
feel
stupid
like
shit. Yeah.
he added so much more to wrestling that even like AEW implements, that it's like, I feel like that deserves a Hall of Fame spot anyway, because like the way his brain worked, the way he did, the matches with the Hardys, and like in the match with Cena at WrestleMania, and it's all like cinematic, and the characters that he created, and I think it's like he also gave inspiration to people, like in the direction that they could go to for characters, because I think a lot of people, for the most part, because it's not the 90s anymore, have been trying to stick to like human elements, like stick strictly like not non-human type of characters, if you know what I mean, because the 90s was all about being a superhero and being bigger than life and whatever, in the 80s as well, obviously. But he brought in like having multiple personalities and multiple sides of you, and he was able to show you like who Wyndham was, but then it was also like, what is going on? This is a weird version of Bray Wyatt. It's like the Fiend was amazing. The Wyatt family was incredible. Like I think that it's hard, because I think when you have like a certain mindset of what the Hall of Fame is, obviously you can think that it's strictly based on just accomplishments that you can write down, and if you're doing that, then yeah, okay, maybe Bray doesn't fall into that category, because he didn't have 16 championship title reigns. But I, like, as I said, I do think that he brought so much more to professional wrestling that is not going recognized, and I think that because of that alone, it's like that you could couple with everything he did in the ring and the things that he accomplished. I think that is worthy of a Hall of Fame induction.
It absolutely is worth a Hall of Fame induction. And I'm seeing commentary. I thought Thunderbolt was the last. Thunderbolt Patterson, Damon said. I thought he was the last. That's why I wanted to bring this up today, and why you said, and I thought it was a good idea to bring it up today. I thought he was the last person, but if he's not, then there's hope still.
Well, from what I'm seeing, there might be two more spots. One being The Rock's grandmother, which I'm like, yeah,
see that,
because he's had a hand in picking out who. I don't even get me started on this, but
he's had
a hand in.
Should be. I agree. She should be.
I'm not disagreeing if she should or if she should. I'm not saying like whether. I'm just saying like of course, yeah, like putting in your grandmother, like yeah, you would, because you're like in charge of it. But I do think that it's like a sticky situation now, because they have his dad going in and his uncle going in, and it seems like, yeah, okay, this seems like, yeah, you're not putting him in now, because it's like you're gonna have his family members in, so that was their way of being like, okay, well, maybe they'll talk about Wyndham, and it's like, but you can't really, when you're talking about your own careers, like you can't then just like let your son be, like, because it's not relevant to what you did in your career.
Yeah,
but I just feel like it would be a missed opportunity for them to not do it this year, because how many other times have we seen wrestlers who were big in WWE get inducted the following year after they passed away? Like, I just feel like this is the year to do it with Bray.
Eddie Guerrero.
I know. So what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying.
Most
it's
notable.
Like, yeah.
And
I think that
still
waiting
had a ton left in his career.
Yeah.
He's supposed to face Shawn Michaels at that year's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Ray wasn't supposed to win. And it was supposed to be Shawn Michaels versus Eddie Guerrero. Like, that's a what if timeline that is crazy to think about.
Yeah. So I just think it would be a mistake, but I mean, it's kind of looking like that. But whatever, I guess.
I hope not. I really hope not. Do we have any, different personality like Mick Foley?
Hmm.
Like that's the thing. Like Mick Foley was here, and then Bray Wyatt elevated it with his characters.
It's
And
like,
that's something that.
and it's what anybody who has ever said anything about Bray Wyatt, like working from with him or just learning from him, everybody had said like he had the most incredible mind, something that they have never seen before, that he would come up with these ideas, that he was so collaborative, that he was so creative. And it's like, to me, that means almost more in the big scheme of things than being a good wrestler and putting on a good match. Like if you can make people interested every single time you're putting a microphone to your lips, to me that's like beyond. Like everybody was looking forward to, first of all, Bray Wyatt returning, and they did an epic way of him returning, which is like gives me goosebumps still thinking about to this day. But then it was like you never knew what was going to happen with him, what he was going to say, what the next move was going to be, what the Firefly
Hmm.
Funhouse was going to be. And it's like, to me, that means more than if he had, a bunch of title wins and then you just wiped out all of this other stuff. Like,
Yeah,
it would just be another
it.
guy that accomplished a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To me,
Mhm.
there's more to putting him in than just his accomplishments. But
Yeah. Uh, he got me so back into wrestling, but not only that, made me think of it through a different lens that
mhm,
absolutely needs to be recognized in something like the Hall of Fame. And I mean, you touched on it with the amount of people he's impacted, but it's
mhm,
more about what he did for the evolution of it and the cinematic matches. Like, obviously, that would have been implemented, you know, if he wasn't there because of the Hardys, but Bray made it so that WWE did it right, and they did it in a way where it could be replicated for years.
yeah,
So
and
that's
all
to
across
me like
all the companies do it. You
all the
know?
companies now. Like there's
Yeah.
so much influence there, and even the Hardys one, Matt Hardy definitely took something away from doing one with him. You know what I mean? Like it's about the impact you make, and that's what makes you Hall of Fame worthy. There's nobody in my mind who embodies a Hall of Fame at this point in life than Bray Wyatt,
Mhm.
or Wyndham Rotunda, the person,
Yeah.
because I think that is more influential than Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, is Wyndham as the person
Yeah.
being more influential and deserving of a Hall of Fame spot. So I hope we see that.